dingus.
Shh. We're recording.
Really?
Is that our intro?
Yeah, no, that's the intro now. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Meeple People podcast. We have 5 of us here this time, as opposed to the normal 4.
Too goddamn many.
So I'm Anthony.
I am Joe.
I'm Dan.
I'm Rob.
And I'm Phil.
And we have a few things to discuss with you on this episode. We have a little list, actually. We actually got a little bit professional for the first time in our podcasting.
Well, not really. Nope.
a little professional.
How are we ever
We're well on the
It's like
way.
a solid 6 words on this list.
This is just going to be an
there's
ASMR
there's 6 things
podcast
on
now.
the list. There's
6
things
bullet
on-
points.
There's 6 bullets, but technically
Bullets.
we just got through the first one because the first one's the intro.
Yeah!
All right.
Progress.
We're almost there.
That's all right, succeeding already.
On
Yeah.
to the wrap-up, boys.
Yep, all right. So, first thing on the topic of discussion, Warhammer Champions. So, as you know, we streamed the PAX Unplugged Championships for Warhammer Champions, and we have the East Coast Circuit going on right now, which is a premier event circuit going through Connecticut, New York, and New Jersey. Our stop is this weekend on
come to it.
Yeah, this Saturday at Highlander Games in Boonton, New Jersey. Crazy amounts of prize support. First place gets 6. I think first place is getting 6 boxes.
6 whole boxes?
I forgot you mentioning this. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
Six boxes.
basically
of-
top
three-
8, you're
three-
guaranteed at least a box.
Yeah, if you're in top 8, you're getting at least $100 worth of prizes, because 8th place gets a box.
So if you're skilled enough and you're not lazy, come down to Highlander and you could win some boxes.
That was the most unenthusiastic advertisement I've ever heard in my life.
But it was
And Joe people.
But it was somehow soothing.
Did Joe have a stroke?
Because this is Meeple People ASMR.
Joe needs to move away from the mic because our levels are spiking because of Joe's loud mouth.
Well, we got a lot of different places
what do you
here.
expect? My time, I don't.
His antics.
And speaking of loud mouths, we're going to talk about one later on.
Oh, boy. Are we going to talk about loudmouths?
later
We are going to
that
talk
guy.
about we're going to talk about a specific loudmouth. But yeah, East Coast Circuit, it's going to be pretty crazy. So far it's running really well. Our event is this Saturday. The next event is March 16th up in Wallingford, Connecticut at Dragon's Lair Games. Our good friend Steve owns that shop. Steve's a really, really cool guy. He's helping us out with all the nuance work for the
Behind the scenes.
yeah, he's the behind the scenes guy for the Northeast Circuit.
He's the shadowy figure in the organization.
He really is. He's also a very good player.
He is.
He's a very good player. Also, to talk more on the topic of Warhammer Champions, we're going to talk about the two new sets that are coming out.
2 new sets. Hey, now.
We have Warband, which is the
Warband,
dual
yeah.
deck, it's filled with a few things from Savagery, but there's going to be a
has its
handful.
own cards as
There's going to
well.
be a handful of exclusives in it, mainly Champions. The Champions are the exclusives, and
Mm-hmm.
they're both unique, so you're not going to need to buy more than one copy of Warband.
So what is it? So it's like a dual deck,
It's a dual
basically?
deck.
So, like, if I wanted to jump into this game,
Yeah, and it's great
This is a good
because
first product.
and it's coming out not with the third set, but I think 2 weeks before the third set.
That's pretty sweet.
So
gives you time to jump in, learn.
gives you time to jump in, learn, and then 2 weeks later, if you really enjoyed your experience playing with that Warband set, boom, Savagery comes out. It's going to be a larger set than the last set.
Big chaos. Always
And
chaos.
if you played before and you didn't like what the meta was,
There have been so
there
many
have been
changes.
and it's completely different now. So
It's
and it's going to be
completely
even
different.
more
So
different when the new
changes
set comes
how?
out.
Like,
Changes have. There's been a few erratas with a
Oh, so they
a
did
bunch
start
of,
releasing
with a bunch
erratas?
of cards.
Yeah.
Scarbrand is no longer as busted as he was. Scarbrand's ability used to be if you have 15 or less health, your abilities deal an additional 3
Three
damage
damage.
to your
These will
opponent.
be new
That
cards
sounds
reprinted with
pretty
the errata
nice.
stuff
No,
on it?
no.
no, it's just like Oracle
It's just
text.
like
basic errata.
It's all Oracle text. You can find the reprinted text both on the card database online and in the app, which today just got released on Steam. So
Yeah, I
for
saw
all,
that.
So for all the people that were complaining about it not being on their computer, you can just log on to Steam now, download it for free. Also, if you play Lightseekers and you have your account linked with Lightseekers, Warhammer Champions will automatically link your account with the one on your phone, which is pretty nuts and saves you a hassle if you play both games. Speaking of Lightseekers, we are currently diving into Lightseekers. This wasn't actually on our topics of discussion, but since I recorded
you did an unboxing.
I did an unboxing today of the mythical set for Lightseekers, and it came out really, really good, and that's going to be posted sometime this week, so you should check it out when it happens. Also, so about Warband, awesome dual deck, great for people to get into the game, but Savagery is what's going to really spicing up the
full-on expansion.
Oh yeah.
So
I heard it's bigger than the previous set.
Bigger than the previous set.
A lot of spicy boys.
I have my personal favorite card that has been spoiled for Savagery.
As long as it's not my personal favorite card, then you can say it.
I really hope.
I hope it is.
Okay, so my personal favorite card that is coming out in Savagery is Curse of Years.
All right, that's fine.
We only see the top of the card because that's how they're spoiling their cards via the Facebook page. But
Slightly strange, I'm not gonna lie.
But Curse of Years is a death card.
I want death to be good. I want it to be good.
It should be good. It's a death card. Its corners are 3, 4. We don't know if it has more of them. And it's a spell that says when a highlighted unit is exhausted, deal that corner amount of damage to your opponent, and it takes up 3 spaces.
Wow, that seems pretty savage.
What? That's dirty.
Kind of fitting, isn't it?
And the
See what you did there.
artwork for the card is ridiculous. It's a hourglass adorned with skulls with spirits flowing from behind it.
Hell yeah.
And instead of sand in the hourglass, it's literally just blood.
Hell yeah.
It is.
Very
It's so
nice,
metal.
very
It is so metal.
Very Mortal
metal.
Kombat Deadly Alliance.
Yeah,
Very particular Mortal Kombat game.
that was very,
really, wow.
very in particular, and not a good one at all.
No.
It had the stance changes.
Oh,
That was a good innovation.
Next
Killer
level.
Instinct already did that. Get good.
It's different. It's different time, boys.
Yeah, no. And Killer Instinct was way before its time. We can all agree on that one.
I'm gonna go to my card that I liked. I just found out about not long ago.
So Savagery.
Hey.
Rob would like
I wanna
to speak
wanna do
about
my
his
card
card.
now.
You want to do your card?
Yeah.
He's
All
gonna
right,
do a
what's your
card.
card?
Nobody cares.
Listen here.
No, we really don't care, Rob.
I
But
know.
go on.
I
I'm
kind
gonna
of
say it
care.
anyway because it's an order card. And I
Oh, it's
like
an order card? Oh.
And you know what it
Can I
is.
guess? Can I guess?
You know what it is.
Can I guess?
I just read it to you.
Can I guess?
No.
All right, what is it?
It's called Silent Communion.
I had no idea.
I know, it's crazy.
I actually had no idea.
It's crazy.
Well, not only is our prediction crazy, even though we already knew it, the card itself is ridiculous.
Pretty
How
crazy,
so?
yeah.
What does it
Enlighten
do?
us.
So it's an ability that anybody can use, and for those of you out here who don't know, there's warriors and wizards, and there's abilities that are locked to each class. Anyway, anybody can use
No
it.
matter what, so no matter what champion you play it on, it can use it.
It can be used.
And it's not one of those
That's
dual-colored
cool.
cards. It literally just says any.
Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, then draw up to 1 unit and up to 1 spell from among them, and put any cards not drawn this way on the bottom of your deck in any order. So it's like look at 4 cards, draw 2 cards, and put the other 2 at the bottom.
Yeah, because
So
if you
straight
did,
card advantage in the game that has literally almost no.
well, there
card
are
advantage.
here's the thing: there's only 3 types of cards in the game other than your champions. Obviously, your champions
Yeah.
are out at all times.
Yeah.
They have ability spells and units. I don't know why. It took me so long
Wow,
to
that
say
was a brain fart.
But
Anthony experienced a fatal error.
it's fine. I'm back.
He's back now.
But yeah, there's
Fail.
only 3 types of cards
Get
that
it
you can
next
draw,
time.
and it's spells, units, and abilities.
Abilities.
This is an ability, and then you look for the other 2, essentially.
Yeah, and
Sounds
like I said,
pretty
it's card
solid.
advantage too. It replaces
yeah.
itself and gives you another card.
Now, does you being a Order fanboy sway your opinion on this being your favorite card, or is it just literally your favorite card?
Heavily.
Well, it's both because I am an Order fanboy and I want. Well, I shouldn't say I want there to be a competitive Order deck because there is currently a competitive Order deck. But besides that, I also like these, I guess, like magic blue color faction
Whoa,
style
whoa, whoa!
cards.
Watch it there.
I wanna
He's
mix-
the, no
I
one
wanna
else
mix the
has fun
games
but
here.
me kind of player.
But you know,
Well, I mean, I'm kind of that.
See,
player,
well, here's
too.
the thing, because I'm not.
I like the card selection cantrippy type bull crap.
I
that
like
stuff.
anything that generates card advantage.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I
Exactly.
like a lot of punish abilities, and that's why I chose the card that I chose. Because
Mm-hmm.
not only is the artwork for Curse of Years ridiculous, but it's you get punished for playing the game.
Yo,
Essentially.
somebody make a death metal band with that title. I'll
also
100% listen to
Curse
you.
of Years?
That'll be amazing.
I'm also a crazy liar because everybody here knows I play like exclusively almost always red in Magic. But besides that,
Yeah, it's
I
true.
like card advantage cards.
Well, speaking of only red, since for Age of Sigmar Champions, I'm a huge Chaos fanboy.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
also in Age of Sigmar, I'm just a
Who
Chaos
doesn't
fanboy.
like them
And-
Chaos Boys?
And a card that Jade Oakley from Play Fusion said, "quote unquote," this is what you should play on your ex-girlfriend.
Oh god.
Is called, and the name of that card is called Disease-Ridden Demise.
Jesus.
Sounds
That's-
fitting.
legitimate.
It is an ability that anyone can play.
That has
it's a chaos
a
card.
lot of hate in its name.
Remove any number of highlighted units. Your opponent discards a card from their hand for each unit removed, and those units are the ones to the left and right,
right.
of your champion.
Damn.
It's good stuff.
So it's your units. So any of your cards with Last Stand are going to trigger off of it.
Ooh.
Very
Ooh.
nice.
So
Yeah,
not
that's
only
very chaos.
So not
'cause
only
you're-
are they going to discard,
you want to
but
kill
you're
your own.
also going to get that added bonus for getting rid of your own
That's
guys.
very thematic. It's like even when playing the tabletop stuff, you want to kill your own stuff with chaos, because then you just build your blood
Yeah.
points. You know?
Blood for Blood God.
Oh yeah.
Always
so
blood
I
for
lo-
the Blood God.
So that's
Blood
that's
for the
crazy.
Blood
I like that
God.
card. Jade, I approve. I approve.
Yeah, the card is bonkers. So most of the spoils so far
Are
have
pretty
been,
bonkers.
Should we say into the new champions? I know Dan has one here.
Yeah, I don't know if I can actually pronounce this right. Don't hate me, guys. I really have never played
phonetic.
Sigmar. Archon, Mortarch of Sacrament. It's a death
100
champion.
boys, he got it.
Hey, I did something right
Nailed
for
it.
once. It's a death
Nailed it.
champion with unique -2 and 10. And at the start of your turn, if this champion is disengaged and your deck is not empty, you may deploy one risen unit from your discard pile onto this champion.
That's pretty.
Oh,
good.
that's cool.
he's very utility based, as are most death champions.
Yeah.
I will say this.
You have to admit, though,
The
that's
art-
kind of dirty.
The artwork for Curse of Years is pretty metal, but
Oh, no.
Archon's artwork is
It's actually kind of insane.
Yeah.
so. As per tradition, whenever I play anything Warhammer, I'm usually listening to some type of power metal, unless it's 40k. If it's
Yes.
40k, I listen to Bolt
Bolt
Thrower
Thrower
and Bolt
exclusively.
Thrower only.
Only bolt.
Only Bolt Thrower. But
If you're playing Chaos and you're not listening to Heaven and Hell by which is Dio's band after he was out of Black Sabbath, he formed the later years on. If you're
Yeah.
not listening to that album while you're playing Chaos, you're doing it wrong.
yeah. Also, can we just point out that Dio's head did not fit the rest of his body? Dio's head was gigantic.
Fun
Actually,
Yes.
yeah, you're not wrong.
R.I.P. to the 5'2" Italian god.
That invented the devil horns.
Yes.
Yes.
That gave us our horns.
All right. So, like I said, crazy stuff coming out for Savagery. The Warband pack is going to get a lot of new players into the game. Hopefully, more people will start playing the physical game. We do love the app. Don't get us wrong, but
Play both.
Support your LGS.
to support your local game stores, and we
All
take
day.
pride in being one of the few channels that produce content for the physical game
Yep.
more than the digital
Digital
game. We will be
yeah.
making content
We
for the
will be
digital
doing
game since
digital
it's on Steam now.
But
so
we're
we
not
don't
going
have
to
a reason
forget
not to.
about it.
Yeah.
Never forget your roots.
Never forgetty.
Just do
Also,
both.
it still doesn't
TCG
hurt
spaghetti.
to do both.
And you get more value. Like
You
we were
buy
saying.
the packs and
Yeah.
you scan
Yeah.
your cards into the
Warhammer
game.
Champions and
like,
Lightseekers
double value.
is the 2-for-1 value that most players only dream of getting.
Yeah.
In that's like
seriously, before this, all
it's-
you had is Pokemon, and you
Exactly.
still get a random
And that's
pack in the
random.
game.
And,
Yeah.
you
Like,
need
it's
to,
not even the
like,
pack you get
alright,
at life.
Everyone needs to realize that playing Lightseekers and/or Warhammer Champions is the equivalent to playing Magic: The Gathering and getting to scan all those cards into Arena.
Yeah,
Imagine.
which is
That'd be
insane.
Imagine.
ridiculous.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Just think of that. Think of that.
Think of the
If
value.
Arena-
It's
think if
definitely,
Arena was like
it was
that,
definitely a
that'd be
brilliant idea. It's very smooth. Anthony was showing me the
I was showing
actual
you the
digital
layout.
format of it today.
Because I'm gonna work on
Did you
an
show you how
overlay.
they scan the cards?
Yes, he did.
It's good stuff.
Yes, it's great
It's
stuff.
very cool, very animated.
Hold
Lots
on,
of
I haven't
glare.
looked at this yet. How,
like it.
how does one scan
Hey, I
the
have a
cards
couple
on
cards
Steam?
You
scanned
take your
in.
phone and scan it. Or
Yeah,
if you
like
don't have a
QR code
phone and
style.
you're playing on the desktop app, if you have a webcam, or if you have a laptop or a MacBook, you literally just hold the card up to the webcam and
And
it
it-
scans it.
That's
Bam, and
actually
you're in.
really cool.
Hence
Super
the little dots
convenient,
on the
super
edge.
Like, I
easy
knew
to
the
get them
phone,
in
but-
there.
Yeah.
Convenient.
Using your webcam
You can use your
is-
webcam.
That's pretty nuts.
And I remember, if I remember correctly, they are linked to Steam and the other accounts. So
Yeah,
if you
I
scan
meant-
it
yep.
with your phone, then you get it
Yeah. So
in-app
basically,
and in Steam.
so like I was saying, if you can link your account with your Steam account and vice versa. So if you had, so say you played, everyone played on the phone first, basically.
Yeah.
You can log.
that's what was there.
Yeah, basically. So you can log into Steam and then switch. You can link your Steam account with your mobile account.
That's pretty cool.
Also, if you already played Light Seekers and you have your account and you have your Steam account linked to your Light Seekers account, it will automatically link your Age of Sigmar account as long as you have the same name.
That's cool. I like it.
That's intuitive as all
And
hell.
people,
Like,
and you know
go
what,
play
people,
Fusion.
People complain like, oh, it's a TCG. I'm gonna have to spend all this money. You need to remember the game's fairly new.
Yeah.
And the secondary market isn't going crazy over anything right now. It's a very affordable game.
Well, the
Yeah.
coolest thing about it, like you were saying before, is like when you get your pack, technically you get 2 of everything because you have your actual physical copy
and then you can
and
play on
your
the phone.
digital
and say
version
you want
of
to
it
play
as well.
test for an event and you don't have the time to, like your friends can't meet up.
You just practice on
practice
on
online.
computer, yeah.
Jam it up.
Steam now.
And like we
That's
said,
great.
not affordable, great game. You should definitely play it, 100%. And that is not a biased opinion from us. We play this game very often, mainly on our phones because it's hard to get together and
It's
play
hard to get
games all the
together.
time. But
Adult things.
Damn you, adulting.
if TCGs are not your
Forte.
or your cup of tea, we have 2 games to talk about now that are not TCGs, both card games, but not TCGs. And right now we're going to talk about Keyforge.
Oh, Keyforge.
We
God, have we dived into this game?
I have 62 Keyforge decks, and I have a problem.
62. Holy crap. I
62.
think I peaked at 25 and I haven't bought anything else.
Most humans peak at 25,
I think I have 7 or 8, something like that.
and
And I haven't lost with any of them. Yeah, that's right. That's right, good.
I'm still going to take you down one day, Rob.
for Keyforge just announced.
That's
getting
because
up
I haven't
there.
played Gillette yet, Rob.
So Keyforge, Fantasy Flight just announced 2 major things for Keyforge. They announced the second set of Keyforge, which is coming out in typical Fantasy Flight fashion. They don't give us a real date. They just say Q2 2019.
Yeah.
Which
And
basically means
It'll
sometime
be
around
out
April.
April.
eventually.
June.
Whatever, it's fine. It's all
and
good.
we'll wait, and we'll be happy with it no matter what. Also,
'cause-
they're coming out with a new starter set because a lot of people missed out on the first starter set.
And that's what Fantasy Flight does.
And the best part about
Yeah.
this starter set is that it is $10 cheaper because it does not come with the Learn to Play decks because they realize that the Learn to Play decks
We're
are
useless.
basically useless because
Yeah.
you can't scan them in.
And you can't do anything with them after you learn how to play with them.
Exactly. And on top of that,
Also,
they're
like-
adding new tokens to the set instead of the cards. So how we had the power and stun tokens, how we had the power and stun cards in the first starter set, now they're replacing them with cardboard bits. So instead of
Yep.
sliding cards onto your cards, it's just gonna be like blop blop
That's
blop.
cool.
If
Oh,
you-
thank God.
If you haven't bought something
Finally.
like a third party, like how we did the review for the broken token,
Or win them
for
from
the-
your
hold on,
locals.
the broken token tokens,
Broken
for
token
Keyforge,
tokens.
or unless you win them from your locals, they have the power tokens. They have, I think they did Amber as well now for the chainbound events, and they had the gigantic metal keys that are basically coasters.
I still love it.
I love those
Yeah.
metal keys.
But they announced new cards. They announced that there's going to be some cards coming into set 2 from set 1, and they announced that there's going to be a lot of cards leaving from set 1 going into set 2.
But not forgotten, though.
Not forgotten because
You have a chance of pulling a legacy card. In set 1, you had special cards that moved from house to house. One card shouldn't belong there, but now it is.
they were
called
also
a
named after
Maverick.
the greatest movie character of all time, Tom Cruise in Top Gun, Maverick.
Oh, hell yeah.
Fair enough, I'll give you that.
The most American movie ever besides Roadhouse.
Thank you.
Or just,
Besides Roadhouse.
it's not Maverick from the movie Maverick.
We don't care about that movie. Maverick was a good movie, but
I was going to
let's.
say, that wasn't a bad movie.
No,
No,
it was,
but-
it was good.
if you're going to line
Hey,
up
Goose.
like Maverick and Top Gun next to each other, Top Gun's just going to
Hey,
trounce
Goose, I'm
Maverick.
sorry you're dead, but your wife's really hot.
Okay.
God damn
Well,
it,
It was
Joe.
very random. All right.
Going from that, we have legacy cards now. Really cool idea. It's taking cards that weren't featured from set 1 and set 2 and putting them in set 2. So far, we know that a couple cards are featured from set 1, but not everything, unfortunately. So you do have a chance of pulling, say, I don't know why I'm blanking on this guy's name right now, the adventurer from Logos.
Oh, Quixos?
Quixos. He was actually mentioned by name in the stream that he will not be featured in set 2.
Wow.
But
He is a legacy.
He's a
so
legacy.
you always
So you
have a
can get
chance
him.
of pulling him in a deck.
yep.
We're going to assume that they're just about as rare as the Mavericks at this point, but nothing sure.
I have 2 favorite cards already from the cards that have been revealed for set 2. And those 2 cards happen to be, one is an untamed card and the other one is a discard because those are my 2 favorite houses.
I'm
And
going to say the same discard as me.
they are both commons. The untamed card is called Nox, Knoxx. Basically, it's Hungry Hungry Hippos as an artwork.
That is great.
He is a 3-power creature, no armor, and Nox gets +3 power for each neighbor it has. So if you play him first, then you build off next to him. He's going to have 9 power.
Wow.
Ooh, big boy.
It's a,
Really,
it's a,
really
it's a
good.
well-fed hippo.
Oh, yeah.
And I have a feeling that Rob and I have the same favorite discard.
Probably.
Is it Binding Irons?
Maybe it is.
I have a feeling
It might be
is.
Binding Irons.
Binding Irons is a common action that just, it's very simple. It just says play, your opponent gains 3 chains.
I love it.
So for the next 3 turns, they will be drawing 1 less card.
You know, there's one thing that we actually didn't mention also that Final Fantasy Flight said they were doing with this new set, and it's the mechanics of Alpha and Omega.
I
I
forgot about
was
that.
about to introduce it.
Well, you know what? I beat you to the
We'll let Rob
punch.
Dan
introduce
beat
it
you.
now.
What is it, Rob?
Wait, is it Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho?
I
No.
don't want to take your smoke away. I was gonna use cards
Oh.
to try and introduce it.
Well, what card do you got there?
So I
then?
got another discard here, and it has the keyword Omega. So Omega is after you play this card, you end this step, which basically means you end your turn for all
Yep,
intents
you
and
end your turn
purposes.
as soon as
Wow.
you play the card.
So as soon as you play the
Yeah.
card, you end your turn. So make sure it's the last card you want to play that turn, otherwise you just messed up your whole everything.
And that card that you're talking about is ridiculous
Actually dirty.
And that card
because it's a common.
it's a common and it has Omega, so you end your turn when you play it, and it destroys all creatures.
Ooh, board wipe.
There you go.
So its only downside is that it ends your turn.
So,
and-
so is that what Omega cards are then? They just pretty much end the turn?
Yep.
Or
Yes,
Alpha
I
is the
see.
opposite? You have
Well,
to start
Alpha,
off with
let me
them?
tell you about Alpha since I have it. So Alpha says you can only play this card before doing anything
Anything
else.
Yeah,
this
so you
step.
have to play it first.
And we have
right, I
a
like it, I
card
like it.
called
Flavor.
Eureka.
Uh-huh.
Eureka!
Oh, Eureka.
Play. Well, first of all, when you play the card, you get an amber just for playing it. But its playability
times.
is gain 2 amber and archive 2 random cards from your hand, which is nuts.
Yes, sir.
Also, that card at least is an uncommon. That makes a little bit sense. That's like one thing I like about Keyforge is the power creep in Keyforge is crazy, and it reminds me a lot about Epic.
Oh, epic.
No, Epic
I
is
love
like
forgot
that.
about
crazy
Epic.
powerful cards. The majority of cards in Keyforge are just crazy powerful, and it just makes the game that much more
Play
fun
a
to play.
one-drop 30-30 breakthrough. All right. Fine.
Yeah, that card's a little crazy in Epic, I'm not gonna lie.
Also, if
Set
anyone
that
wants
big
to,
worm thing, right?
if anyone wants, any of our listeners want to go on the Keyforge compendium, look at a card called Strecky or Streak. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name. Streke. It's a discard, but that card is so misprinted, it is ridiculous.
Oh, read it out.
No, it's misprinted as in like the frame of the card is just completely
Oh,
off
the
center.
frame's off?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is weird.
I completely forgot about that. I guess I stopped watching during the stream. Rob just pointed out a new mechanic in the game that we didn't even realize.
What mechanic
Oh.
is that?
Deploy.
Deploy.
Deploy. Deploy is this creature can enter play anywhere in your battle line, which is stupid nuts considering your battle line is supposed to be like
Left. You're supposed to flank everyone.
Yeah.
literally it. So we
you
have a
can-
Shadows card we're looking at right here called Lamindra, who has Deploy. She also has Elusive, which is from the first set, and Lamindra's neighbors gain elusive, but she's a 1 power.
Pretty good though.
That is ridiculous
The fact
when
that
you
you
think
deploy
about
in the
it.
middle of your line.
Well, you can. Hopefully, you get her in a Sanctum deck, and you just like put her in between the champions that have taunt and all the armor in the world.
Can you
and then they
imagine
get
if
elusive, and then you
Bulwark
just can't hit
is
them.
in this set?
They have elusive.
I'm sure Bulwark will be a legacy because Bulwark is nuts.
Most
But-
of Sanctum's cards are nuts,
But,
you really want to hear
most of the
nuts.
things that Fantasy Flight is doing with Keyforge is nuts, and one of the main things that is nuts about Keyforge that they are doing is the prize support for the Vault Tour that they're doing. The Vault Tour is basically like Grand
yes.
Prix for Keyforge.
Grand Prix for Keyforge.
So we're getting the next level of tournaments here?
Yeah, basically, and
Yeah,
they've
tier two.
announced some dates. They're mainly at conventions like Origins and Gen Con. But the prize support, so you get your chain trackers, which you can get at your LGS, but they have like Vault Tour art on the back. Then we also have deck boxes, which from here they just look like cardboard deck boxes, but they're still pretty nice looking. And they have a little label on the top and on the side, so you can write what the deck is, so you know what it is.
I like it.
Playmats that are, well, there's 2 different playmats. There's ones that are made after your each house, and then they have a
That's
playmat which
cool.
is like it's a 1-player version of the 2-player mat.
That's cool.
That's
Oh, all right.
So there's spots for your identity card, your deck, your discard pile, your keys, and there's slots for 6 units, 6 creatures, and then obviously your artifacts and whatever just go wherever.
I love how it's 6 creatures, even though battle
They're-
lines I've seen literally take up tables with like
Yeah.
15 to 25
Yeah, no, it's
creatures.
pretty ridiculous.
But, you know, the mats are only going to slot you 6.
And if
Yeah.
and it says like if you love a specific house, you can get a house set. So you get a playmat of your chosen house along with the deck box and chain tracker card. So the one on the
Wow.
website is Brobnar. Brobnar's pretty cool.
Never heard of him.
Metal keys. The best thing about these metal keys is that
Metal
the color of the
keys,
key is going to
nice.
be on the back of the key as opposed to the ones that you get at your LGS for winning events.
More
it also,
collectibles.
and it's also going to have the Vault Tour logo on the back, so you can say, I want it here.
That's cool.
That's
now we
pretty
have
good.
some apparel, which I think is really cool.
Really? They have
We have-
apparel for it?
We have a zip-up hoodie,
Nice.
we have a T-shirt, we have a snapback, and we have a beanie.
Very
On
nice.
top of that, we also have a messenger bag. And then this is the one that is...
Rip Kaijudo.
Well, there's 2 things. There's 2...
Yeah.
The only other
Rip
card game I
Kaijudo,
knew where you
or
could get a beanie.
Beanie and messenger bag. Well,
have
Force of Will had
magic
tote
beanies.
bags. They had the string bags, Force of Will. But they had the Ultra Pro bag with the zipper.
And if you played Marduk the Gargling, they have all of these things for years now.
Hardship.
I don't know if you've ever heard of this game, but
I've never heard of it.
I
is
think
this-
we're
what is
tapping
this-
into
what
Rob's
is this-
ancient wisdom here
what is this
as
ancient
his
game you
sorcerer
speak of,
rate.
We're not even going to discuss it.
Yeah.
But
Nope.
here are the 2 things that...
Oh.
Here are the 2
Okay.
prizes that Fantasy Flight has outdone themselves with. Gaming chair. So you ever see those...
This chair looks
If
awesome,
you've ever
by the
seen
way.
those PC gaming chairs that look like
Looks like racing seats.
racing seats,
Yeah.
I've
it's
indeed
that.
never seen a chair.
Those are those, but
worst.
themed after the house of your choice. So
Facts,
the one on
Rob
the
is
website
standing
is a
right now.
Sanctum one, and it is ridiculous. And another thing that they have listed, but they don't have it. They don't have a picture for it. Is the game table?
What? Wait, there's a game table too?
Yes, Geek and Son is going to make a custom game table based on Keyforge.
God damn.
And that's going to be. It's going to be the rarest item on the prize wall.
You can only imagine
sense.
that
So
this
that's
is going to
gotta
be
be
like a
like
world
Crazy
Yeah.
keys, crazy
That's
amber.
I'm kind of lost
Yep,
for
those
words.
are-
Joe's literally baffled right now.
That's
But
And
that's
it's-
crazy, 'cause I've
going
never
to
heard
be
of
an actual
a game table
as
for
a prize.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, like, as you see when you scan your decks into the Keyforge app, you get your amber shards, and then as soon as you hit 24 amber shards, you unlock a key. You can use the keys and amber shards to redeem. You can redeem them for prizes on the prize wall.
They're like Marlboro cigarette.
Marlboro
points.
Miles.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say
Marlboro
that.
Miles.
Oh my
Marlboro
God.
Miles.
Got my marble jacket, my marble tote bag.
We are not promoting this in
No,
any
we
way,
do
shape,
not
or form.
promote
People
smoking
don't
at
smoke.
all, even though 2 people at this table do smoke.
Not me.
Not I.
I just have marble gear.
I plead the 5th.
Yeah, those are going to be crazy, and then there's going to be regional events they've announced a lot.
That's cool,
for
though.
Keyforge. Going to be pre-release parties at your LGS when the new set comes out.
Very nice,
And
very nice.
Keyforge is basically the premier non-TCG card game.
I mean, $10 and you get a deck.
Exactly. You can't go wrong.
Literally.
Well, no
yes.
one's gonna get just one deck.
Yeah.
Cardboard cracks
No
a
one
thing.
gets
My
just
sister
one
has
deck.
one deck.
I am a walking example of not having just
Well,
one
we
deck.
know this in the past. You have
a problem with cardboard crack, though.
I do.
It's okay. We all do at
man's
this
an addict.
table.
So much of a problem that I just kickstarted this next game for $115.
Great segue.
And we are talking about SRG, the Super
the
Show.
Super Show.
If you do not know about the Super Show, and if you haven't watched our alternate universe of Meeple People Wrestling on our YouTube page, where
Oh, boy.
I have incapacitated, not incarcerated, Joe
Kind of incarcerated. We don't know what's happened to
with
Joe.
a steel pan. Joe in the Meeple People Wrestling world doesn't know who he is right now.
Who am I? You
doesn't
never
know.
know.
Joe doesn't know who he is in the real world, though. I mean,
Nope.
I was about to say.
He's
No,
living the
he
gimmick.
doesn't,
He's
but
living the
He
gimmick.
is a living gimmick, and it's just going to get better and better and better as
Yeah.
this endeavor goes on. But if you don't know about SRG, SRG is a company that makes a game called the Super Show, and it is a wrestling card game. It is not a TCG. It is, you buy it and you play it. You get 2 decks, and you can play against your friends. It is a card and dice game, and it basically simulates an actual wrestling match
Yeah.
between 2 competitors, or 3 or 4. There are many stipulations. in the
5.
game. 5, 6. You can do it. You can do it all with this game.
Oh yeah. It's
Yeah.
And at the point of recording this, it is Tuesday, February 19th right now. There are 11 days left to go on the Kickstarter.
Yep.
And they are less than $600 away from getting to their last stretch goal, which is Chris Jericho's D&D character embodied into this game.
Yep.
Yes.
It's
And
great.
if you back the game, you get a competitor set of it, as well as all the other promos, as well
all the
as
pros, you get the new
all-
faction pack
New
if
fa-
you
get a
go
faction
up
pack
high
if
enough.
you do the top pledge. So here, the top pledge gets you 2 box sets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8 competitors and 4 decks. Then you get 2 Kickstarter exclusive competitor sets. Then you get the faction pack, and then you get all of
Yeah, I
the
think
promos.
I think after when you get that tier, it's like 14 total competitors,
Yeah. It's
including
pretty
the
nuts.
faction pack,
14
promos, and
worth it. You
everything.
should all do
Yeah,
it.
you get 14
That's-
competitors, and usually competitors sell for about $15 each.
Yeah.
So just competitors alone.
Yeah,
It's
you're making.
$10.
If you like wrestling and you've seen our stuff, you should do it. Help our friends out.
Oh yeah, the
support
game
them.
is a ton of fun.
Yep.
Every time we play it, we have a blast.
super easy to learn.
Super
You literally
easy.
just need to buy one pack.
One
Yeah.
pack, and you
One
play
pack.
with your
One
friends.
dual deck.
Figure out everything.
Pete walked
Also-
in halfway through this podcast, and he already knows how to play it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he gets it.
Also, they have a distributor now, and you can tell your local game store to order product. They are being distributed through GTS, and there's 3 different packs that you can get, and each pack comes with its own exclusive promo, and the promos are ridiculous.
They are all awesome.
Oh yeah. And if you don't tell your local game stores to do it, we'll come over there and beat you with kendo sticks. We don't care.
Maybe.
We'll do
Maybe.
it. We don't
We
care.
don't
Most
really
likely
We
not.
don't care.
Some version of Joe will be there doing some version of that.
Yeah. I'll be probably heavily
He'll either
drunk.
be there with kendo sticks or still looking for his ice cream donation.
Yeah.
To be fair, if you send him ice cream, that won't happen.
More than likely.
Oh yeah, as of
We'll see.
today, Joe has still yet to receive
Yep.
any
His ice
ice cream.
No.
You want a cookie dough, right?
Yes. Cookie
Yeah.
dough. Turkey Hill cookie dough.
Specifically
Turkey Hill.
Specific.
Has
So
to
they
be
have to
Turkey
be from
Hill.
Pennsylvania?
Yes.
Holy crap.
You have to,
All right,
be,
that's-
you have to be at least from the East Coast.
Turkey Hill.
Or you have
That's
to be
awfully
a fan
specific.
of Mortal Kombat.
Dude, I like.
can't even get
I
through
liked
it.
all the Mortal Kombat games. As cheesy as like 4 was and like the other ones, I
I
still
think
like them.
everybody likes all of them. I'm
mean,
just saying,
Not
it's very
everybody likes
specific.
Mortal Kombat, though.
No, I mean, if you like Mortal Kombat, you've probably played a lot.
Played all
Yeah,
of them.
so
I mean,
the,
I like
let's see.
3 Mortal Kombats. I like 2, Trilogy, and 11, and it's not even out yet.
I like 2. I mean, you like 9 and 10, though.
10 was good.
11's gonna be insane.
That's all I care about is 11
Nine's
right now.
really good.
Yeah.
11's voice acting is the
So yeah, so we got two-player box sets.
Yep.
They're available when you pledge up there. It's the Red Pill versus Alien Invader, and then the other 2-player box set you get is Various versus B1, which is
B1
awesome.
is a actual person
Yes,
that
it
plays
is.
the game. That's another thing. So in the Super Show, not only are there created characters like in their own fighting organization, the LFF,
game, yeah.
the LFF,
Legendary Fighters Federation, Legendary Fighting
the
Federation.
League of, I forgot what it's called.
I'm fairly confident I
Sorry,
got it on
Steve.
one of
Sorry,
those.
Yeah.
Steve, don't
It's a
don't beat
Legendary
them up.
Fighting Federation.
Got it.
Got it. Yeah.
There we go.
You confused yourself.
You played yourself.
But yeah, no. Normally, like I said, through their Kickstarters, you can get a chance to create your own competitor,
Yep.
which is cool depending on your pledge level.
Exactly.
And it's awesome.
But there's also, so there's fake characters, and then there's actual real people in the game. So if you're a wrestling fan, Kenny Omega's in the game, Johnny Gargano's in the game, the Young Bucks are in the game, Adam Page is in the game, Marty Skrull and
Sami Callihan
are in the game.
Matt Riddle.
Sami Callihan, your current FFL World Heavyweight Champion.
FFL, it's LFF.
LFF. I have dyslexia.
Joe's new gimmick is Mr. Dyslexia.
I do have dyslexia.
Well, you
so-
got to concuss him again. Then we can move on to that
Well,
gimmick.
that's,
He's still concussed from last
I
time.
am.
he is, in
got-
real life.
I am a walking concussion.
But yeah,
Joe obviously does
There-
not
He's
get
the
enough sleep.
embodiment of that
there
whole
are
lawsuit.
crazy competitors. Most of them are being called up to Raw and SmackDown as we speak right now.
Yeah.
Ricochet, EC3, Johnny Gargano.
Yep.
And some of those guys are going to be unavailable soon, so buy them up while you can.
Mhm.
Yep.
ACH just got
ACH just got signed.
reported to the
Performance Center.
Yep. So definitely check out the game. If you want to know more about the game, follow SRG Universe on Facebook. They're always posting crazy promo videos.
Everything,
We were
yeah.
featured on one of them. We are mentioned on quite a few.
Yep.
And check out our videos while you're at it too if you want to be highly entertained.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good, simple game.
Oh, yeah.
I say simple to pick up.
Simple.
There's
very-
layers to it,
Yeah.
but it's really
Anyone
easy to
can
pick
play
up.
this game out
It's
of the
easy to
box.
learn, difficult
And-
to master.
Yes.
Exactly.
There's a lot of RNG.
The best example of this is we were at Gen Con the first year it dropped. And we did a tournament. We all just
Yeah.
bought a set. We went into a tournament. And what,
It
it
was
was
just
like
sheer
3 or
chaos.
4 of us
yeah.
that
we
bought
all
in.
played.
We all
it was
played.
a great time.
And literally somebody who's never played games before or card games before in her life won the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My ex-girlfriend won.
Never picked up a card game in her life.
My
And she
ex-girlfriend
won.
won and got me my Kelly spectacle card.
Yeah.
Good times.
Signed Kelly Spectacle.
Well, that's the thing.
That's how spectacles work, my
Spectacles
friend.
only work if they're
Yes.
signed. You cannot use the spectacle card in that game unless someone has it signed, and it could be anybody.
See, I have
Anyone can
I
sign
have
it.
a,
You could have your uncle sign it
yeah,
if you
no,
want.
it's like if you have no friends, you can sign it yourself. Whatever.
I have a card where it's
We don't judge,
I think it's a
kind of.
spectacle card where it's bump the ref, and I want to get Little Nate to sign that.
Charles Robinson?
Charles Robinson.
I will find a way.
Well,
to
if
get
you
Little
come
Nate.
with us to WrestleMania, maybe you'll
The
get a
referee
chance
that time
to.
forgot.
Oh yeah, me and Anthony are going to WrestleMania. By
Yes,
the way,
we
just
are.
want to throw
and
that
we're
out
having and we're having an epic tailgate.
there. Epic
that will
tailgate. We're super excited.
Yep,
I
there
can't
will be
wait.
a lot of tables for people to get put through. We will be
And a lot of tables that will have food put on them.
yes, a lot of food, a lot of beer. I think we're going to get a keg. We should get a keg.
We should get a keg.
This is just
We're gonna
pretty
get a
much
keg.
how the Bills
like
do
50
their tailgating.
But yeah, if you guys are, if any of you guys are actually going to WrestleMania in the morning before the event starts, come find us. We'll give you a hot dog.
Yeah. Or a piece of steak, or we'll just too sweet you and suplex you through a table.
Yeah.
Also, you can come hang out with us at some of the many wrestling events happening that week in the New York City
Yeah,
area.
we're gonna be going
Yep.
overdosing on wrestling for that weekend.
Lot
It's
of
gonna be
wrestling.
great.
And speaking of overdosing, I have an addiction.
Yeah, we know. Cardboard.
We know.
I was
To new
wondering
board
how you're going
games.
to transition.
Oh, new board games.
New board games.
New board
Think
games.
of addiction.
Speaking of addiction, we're going to be spending a lot of money on new board games coming out.
Or spent money.
Well,
or-
I was
already
about to say
we spent money on
spending.
some. We
Yeah.
spent money on some. One board game that I am
We've got a few picks here.
beyond excited for.
Yep, wait for it.
Wingspan.
Wingspan.
If you like birds,
Wingspan.
you buy Wingspan. Wingspan
If you
is-
like birds,
or if you're just
It's about
even
Wingspan.
you don't have to even like birds. If you're okay with birds,
if
check it
you
out.
like
I'd stay away if
system
Birdemic
building
scared you.
games, you buy Wingspan. Wingspan is made by Stonemaier Games, same people that put out Scythe and Viticulture. So already it's like,
It's gonna be good.
Well, Anthony's already
Are
involved.
there going to be
because
mech birds?
Scythe.
No, there are no mech birds.
Maybe there'll be an
But
expansion.
I will say this: every single card in Wingspan is unique. There are no copies
That's
of birds in
cool.
Wingspan, and every bird in Wingspan is
It's
a
like
real bird.
every bird in real life. There's no two birds of any species.
Is that the sparrow I see?
So whenever the first one dies, the species goes extinct.
That's actually kind of dark.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, that's thanks.
The best part about it-
Profoundly dark.
So let's have some let's bring some light into this. Wingspan comes with its own dice tray, and it's a birdhouse.
That's cool.
Also, the dice are wooden.
That's
they're
good. I
sick.
like that.
They're very
nice.
sick. They're giant wooden dice. Every person gets a playmat that's about the size of my Mac. I have a 17-inch MacBook. The screen is about the size of the playmat that each player gets,
So it's about 17 inches.
give or take.
That's what she said.
Now, when you say giant wooden dice, are we talking like fuzzy dice size here? Or are we talking like
We're talking
Destiny
like
size dice?
Destiny size
Destiny
dice.
size dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not like the one like
Not like you grab them in your car and cough. Not like that.
yeah.
That's what she said. You have cancer.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you
okay.
want like a really cool like system building game, like if you played Gizmo or Mechs vs Minions, and you have like the system that you build over time with the cards that you play,
Yep.
that's essentially what Wingspan
Yeah,
is
that's the
going to
game.
be.
That's pretty cool.
But using different birds to produce eggs. Also, the eggs kind of look like the Cadbury eggs.
Yeah, I saw them.
Little tiny ones
Oh,
that
look,
come in a
that's
bag.
great.
Little sugar-coated
Really?
ones.
Here's an egg
so
for
you
these
use the
trying
eggs
times.
to hatch.
So we're GMO engineers.
Yes, you basically you buy birds to put on your board. They can either be in the woods, the water, or the marsh-ish lands.
The
and
marsh
based on what you
lands.
and based on where you put them, they're going to do certain things. Some are going to lay eggs. Some are going to let you hatch eggs. Some are going to let you buy other birds. I can't wait.
We also have to watch out for chemtrails.
There are no conspiracy theories on the Meeple people.
You say this,
Not
but
yet.
we have Joe, who is literally a walking conspiracy
This is
theory.
true.
You do
Yes,
have, you
both
his
Anthony
concussion.
do
and
have
I
to
are
watch out
very
for
excited for
the
Wingspan.
ramping amount.
Can't
bird
wait for
poop,
it to
though.
happen.
They like to poop on everything, so you gotta watch.
Oh,
out for
did
that.
they drop a release date for it yet?
March 8th.
Oh,
No, soon.
Pretty soon.
Mock it down, fellas.
we're gonna
like
play
what,
it before
2
WrestleMania.
weeks?
2 weeks, and I am not that excited about it because I leave for Gamma 2 days after it comes out.
Well, I guess we'll be playing that after WrestleMania.
Also, that being said, also if you're at Gamma, come say hi to me. I'll be there representing the Meeple people and Highlander games. It's going to be quite a trip.
time, good
Get
time.
in and out burger with me. Let's go on a hike.
Quite a trip.
Quite the trip.
What a like. I don't even know what to say there. What a combination! In-N-Out burger and a hike.
Well, you got to eat first, and then you go for a hike and burn it off.
You burn
Yeah.
it
I
off.
mean,
So that you-
generally when you eat In-N-Out burger, you kind of just want to pass out after that.
Oh, absolutely not. Because I want
I
to.
do.
Because if I pass out after I eat it, I'm not going to be able to eat it again. So if I go on a hike, I
You
can
need
get
to
it
get,
again.
need to get
Yeah.
more steak and shake binges.
That's
kids.
basically what it is. I'm going to
Steak and
treat,
Shake, ooh.
as we treat Steak and Shake at Gen Con, I will be treating In-N-Out at Gamma.
I mean, fair enough.
Granted, I'm going to be in a resort where there's going to be numerous restaurants, but as soon as the hotel was booked, I found a In-N-Out 5 blocks away from the resort, and I will spend a lot of time there.
And you'll know about us relatively soon. If we're at a convention, our hotel is literally booked usually across the street from like a Steak and Shake. Like literally
Yeah.
across
Yeah,
the
we
street.
like
We
to
do
we
that-
like
we
to
do that
stay in the
strategically.
proximity of a
At
steak
Gen,
and
Con,
shake
at Gen Con, we usually single out a Steak and Shake and/or Waffle House.
Waffle House.
and
yeah.
or Waffle House. Sometimes we get lucky and they're like right by
I mean,
each
last
other.
year we went.
We gotta go to that hibachi grill again.
It's hibachi, not
Hibachi.
hibachi. Hi.
There is no high. It's
Also,
hib.
that being said, I had hibachi. I had hibachi for my birthday, which was yesterday, and it was outstanding. But when we went to go get hibachi with Joe, he thought that if he got the pork buns, that he was going to get all the
whole meal,
noodles and
yeah.
rice and
Rice.
everything.
I still did, fellas.
Yeah, you still. That's because the guy felt bad.
Because the
for you.
man was a true champion. He was like, you want some of that? I was like,
The
hell
chef-
yeah, I
the
do.
chef
You're the
basically
man.
thought that Joe was poor and
Some weird
homeless.
homeless guy that came with
Which
us.
is not wrong.
To be fair, it's
but
not that far from the truth.
not
Yeah,
wrong.
it's
Over here
close.
spending great dollars, and they're like, "Who's this homeless man?" That's
I mean, I'm
that next
borderline
to
poor and homeless too,
He's
so
like,
it's all
here,
good.
I'll flip you some shrimp, you peasant.
them. Yeah, and then he
Take some
just
shrimp.
made fun of our friend Kirk the whole time,
All
which
right.
made it.
And
even
yes, he
better.
did make fun of Kirk the entire
Kirky
time.
was just like, you don't like the food? It's like, meh, with his Kirk hand. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, God.
God damn it, Kirk.
Anyway.
Just answer the man. It's almost fucking good.
But
Away from the hibachi and onto a game.
well, speaking of games, though, it's not necessarily a new game per se, but I'm horribly depraved of games lately, and I just played Villainous for my first time the other day.
Which is kind of funny that we were just talking about the same developer that did Scythe, and Villainous has a mechanic in it that Scythe is basically known for.
Yeah, I must say that game was way more fun than I even thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be pretty fun. I had a blast playing it.
So who'd you play as?
Oh, the man, Prince John.
Yes.
All day, every day.
All the power.
All the power.
I mean,
Just
Power of Darkness.
Give me my money.
Maleficent.
And by all the power, we
No,
mean 20.
the Maleficent I was playing, like, almost comboed out. Like, turn 4, she almost got her last friggin' thing out.
Put
a kibosh on that.
When I first played, that was Jafar.
Jafar seems cool. I like how all the characters are so drastically different too.
Yeah.
Like
all different, but the thematic.
They are so thematic.
That
It's
game
insane.
is
the theme is
ridiculously
insane.
thematic.
It's great if you're a Disney fan. I do have to
Even
admit.
if you're not a Disney
Even if you're not a
fan,
Disney
the
fan,
game itself
yeah,
is
if you're
wonderful.
a gaming fan, like it's great. Like for deck-based games, which is what it is, it's a ton of
I don't want to
fun.
be a Debbie Downer, but if you're not a Disney fan, you might not have any idea what the crap the relevance of these people's what these characters' objectives is.
Oh, not at all.
I mean-
You'd be like, why is this happening? This doesn't make any sense.
because you have to do it.
Kind of. I mean,
Yeah.
if you played Kingdom
Shut up.
Hearts, you get a couple villains: Jafar, Maleficent.
I finally
You-
beat Kingdom
if you
Hearts the other
don't-
day
if
too.
you're not a Disney fan, Dan,
You're also, if you're not a Disney fan, you're
0%
not playing.
Kingdom
You're not going to
Hearts.
play Kingdom Hearts.
Or you might be because there's Final Fantasy in it. Square Enix do make great games.
Where was the
okay.
Final Fantasy in Kingdom Hearts 3? Oh yeah,
Oh, I saw it there.
There
in
was
the,
none.
Oh, wait.
non-existent.
Still a good game.
Saw in the background.
I still think the absolute best thing about that game was the Verum Rex trailer, which I still don't know if it's a real game coming out or not, but it was awesome and it should be a thing.
Also-
Spoilers there,
Just
buddy.
saying.
Let's not talk about Kingdom Hearts right now. Let's talk about a game that Rob is excited for.
Oh, me. I'm excited for a game called Reichbusters Project Real. It's been kickstarted, or just the Kickstarter just ended for it. What, like a month ago?
A little more than a month
Yeah, a
ago.
little more than a
About a
month
month
ago.
ago.
And it's fake real people killing and beating the crap out of fake real Nazis.
Fake real?
Real fake? I don't know.
Real fake.
They're Nazis, basically. Basically just Nazis. It's basically like Castle Wolfenstein. You're a bunch of-
Wolfenstein the board game.
Yeah, a bunch of agents from different countries, like a British spy and a Soviet sniper and an American dude with machine guns, because that's obviously what
'Cause
we do.
America.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
grenades. And you just storm Nazi bases. That's why it's called Reichbuster. You're busting bases.
Hell yeah.
And then it goes from like the more mundane, where you just cracking the forts and stuff like that,
That's awesome.
into the basements, where you start getting all the Project Real stuff, all the like supernatural. They have all the archetypes, like the zombies.
So literally Wolfenstein.
Aliens. Yeah, it goes deep and it goes crazy.
That's cool. Awesome.
And the Kickstarter looks insane, and the figures look insane. You just look it up. It's just the game looks crazy. It also has the most cinematic and best board game trailer
Actually, yeah.
ever. Like no, like you watch the show and you're like, is this for a board game right now?
You don't think it's for a board game, and then it just seamlessly fades into a board game,
Yeah.
and then fades out of a board game, back and forth, back and forth. You're like, what?
Wow, need this game now. But yeah, so that's the game I'm excited about. It's got the base game itself has like an insane amount of stuff in it, huge mech-ish, I guess, because they're like semi-mechs. You know, like you've seen Wolfenstein, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or like Warhammer 40K, like pseudo.
Dreadnoughts and kind
Yeah,
of.
that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then it's got all like little mechanical contraption stuff, and then the expansions just go off the wall. It's just like, Nazi bases on the moon, all that kind of stuff, and you're just like, that's what I
Iron
wanted.
Sky.
That's what, yeah, Iron Sky. It's like this is what I wanted. I wanted planar gates
Oh, God, those
in
difficult
Nazi
games.
bases. I want like psychic bullshit happening to me while I'm shooting. I don't know.
Laser cannons.
Yeah, laser cannons at Nazis. I don't know. Like, just, it always comes back to Nazis, and that's fine with me because it's great. So, but yeah, it's called Reichbusters Project Real, and yeah, I mean, just look it up.
It looks cool.
The game looks absolutely insane.
It looks cool.
So
And what was that?
You can still pledge to the end of March.
Oh yeah, and
You can
still
pledge till the
You
end
still
of
pledge
March.
Until the end of March. So
Thank you, Pete.
So do it.
Thanks, Pete.
Pete
Say
in
hi,
the back.
Pete, do your
with
classic
with
yo.
the good layups.
Yo.
That's Pete,
And
everyone.
we got Pete.
We got
All
the
right,
yo.
so
That's how
Dan.
you know it's real.
Dan, what game are you excited about?
Well, you know how I love my adventure co-op games.
Of
Anything
course.
that tells a story and I get to work together and kind of fuck over my friends is always a good game. One thing that we actually have.
You are the worst human.
How am I the worst human for that?
Continue on.
Okay. One game that we kickstarted was Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon. You can still do a late
Yes.
pledge for it, but it's essentially
So,
the-
sorry to interrupt you. It's also like one of the top 3 highest kickstarted games ever.
literally, I was just looking at it now.
Yeah.
Well,
It
there-
was
well-
pledged for £4,940,030, which roughly comes out to about $6 million
$6.something
US.
Yeah,
million.
6 million.
Yeah,
Actually-
that's a little ridiculous.
Hold on, I googled it. So it actually comes out to $6,457,508.42.
Wow, he's
And
got it right
42
there,
cents.
boys.
Look at that.
Google is a wonderful tool.
Yep.
Back to the actual
Dan,
game.
Google Master.
I was gonna miss that point. I had to make it clear, but he was on top of it.
I was on top of it. It's an adventure co-op game. It's just the stuff I love, and it's basically based around like kind of the Grail times. The world's ending and all this crap is happening. And sorry, I'm actually looking at the game as I speak because there's a lot that goes into it.
I want to add one thing to this. Awaken Realms is the people that created Tainted Grail. And if you don't know about Awaken Realms, they created the This War of Mine board game. And more notably, they created Lords of Hellas and Nemesis. Nemesis is
Fantastic.
absolutely
Lords
ridiculous.
of Hellas is a game that I brought up last year in a podcast. I
Yes,
think.
you did.
Yes.
So that game's also crazy.
All right. So according to Kickstarter here, Tainted Grail will bring you adventure, survival, and exploration mechanics perfectly paired with character development, exciting combat, and diplomatic systems. Basically everything you need for a fantastic co-op game.
I love me some politics in my games.
And it even
Politics
has
are fun.
like great minis. It comes with a digital game that if you put in a pledge, I think it came in with every copy as an early
There's
access.
a digital companion.
That's cool.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's a digital companion for the campaign version of the game, if I remember correctly. The game is, if I remember, I could be wrong, but it's like the Arthur myth, hence like the Tainted Grail and Avalon, but steeped in like Polish mythology. I think it's Polish mythology.
So
If
The
you look at,
Witcher.
like, the different. I mean, yeah, where The Witcher is also based on.
Yeah.
So that's why you see like the different. I don't even remember what they're called now. Men here and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, the
believe that's-
people that light the world,
yeah.
basically.
I think it's Polish mythology
Yeah.
mixed with like I said, King Arthur's Avalon.
Yeah, that's
and
pretty cool.
Paradise stuff. So it's a very different
And
take.
Yeah.
It's completely massive. For the amount of stretch goals that they hit, just the base game alone is huge.
They just kept making shit up. They were like, "Well, we're at 4 million. Let's just see if we can get another stretch goal. Let's put at 5 million." It was like, okay.
The models look insane. They're saying it plays 1 to 4, goes for about 2 to 3 hours
Each session.
each session. Open and play system with a quick save, which I do have to add is an awesome feature in almost
Well,
any
the quick
board
save is
game
the
I've
best
ever seen.
because when we play Seventh Continent, which is very similar to this game,
If we ever play again,
yeah, well, we keep dying.
it's facts.
R.I.P.
No one said the game was easy, but yeah, quick save. Any game that has quick save, I'm in.
One thing I really, really, really enjoy about Tainted Grail is the miniatures because they're very reminiscent of Kingdom Death. And Kingdom Death,
yeah.
I will own.
One day
I
we
will
will
own Kingdom
we will
Death.
have Kingdom Death.
I don't know when that day is coming.
It
because
will-
It's a
it will
$400
come, though,
game,
yes.
but it will get here.
Well, we can split it.
I would be
'Cause-
so down to do
yeah.
that. But you have to help me build all the minis because they don't come.
Damn right.
Oh boy.
And I'll attempt to paint them because those things
Nope,
are like
we are not
crazy.
painting them. We are literally putting them on a wash, and that's it. They're
Yep.
gonna look as
Yeah, have you seen
demonic.
them?
Yeah, they're insane. That's why I was like, I could attempt to do it, but they're probably gonna come out.
One day.
I mean, I'm not
one day
that
we'll have
eager
some
not
Kingdom
to toot my own
Death.
horn, but those are like really advanced, like miniatures for painting, like really advanced. So they're super
yeah.
detailed. You know?
Hyper detailed.
Oh yeah.
Joe, you have a game?
I do. And it's kind of, there's not a lot of info about it, but I know of a Metal Gear Solid.
Game.
Yes, it is a Metal Gear Solid board game that's coming out. I'm a very big Metal Gear fan, so I'm actually kind of excited for this because this is the first Metal Gear thing I'm happy for since that horrendous game that came out that I'm not going to speak of.
What game was that?
I'm not going to speak of it.
All right, just checking.
Because Kojima's not involved,
Oh.
so I'm not going to speak of it.
Well,
But
sad times.
yes,
Joe's very
sad
passionate
times.
about this.
I'm excited though for not only for this board game, but I am excited for Kojima's new game, Death Stranded. Still don't know what it's about, but it looks awesome. But
Death
anyway.
Stranded to Silent Hill.
Ooh,
That's a huge conspiracy right now.
yeah. Imagine, because he did do PT.
Oh God.
But all right, so I know that Pete. All right, so really quick, I know.
Pete's got a game, by the way.
I know, but I just wanted to finish off.
I'm just
for
letting you know.
Joe.
If you think he's
So-
wandering around for no reason, he's about to.
He's
I'm
just making
about
his
to,
way
I'm
around
about to
the
hit
table.
somebody.
Joe-
Don't let me tell me about I got this game, man. No.
All right, so Joe, basically the only things that are released about the Metal Gear Solid game is that it's going to be published between Konami and IDW. Ages.
It is
four-
Konami though.
Because I have the rights.
You know,
fool.
co-money.
All right, so it's going to be 1 to 4
Don't
players.
screw this up, Konami.
1 to 4 players.
Pieces of shit. No.
1 to 4 players. 60 minutes. And it's going to be a hidden movement.
Hidden
game.
movement stealth game. Yeah, I'm actually. If they do it right, because now that I know that Konami.
I
be
do
fair,
like
that-
hidden movement
That
games.
be
painted
fair-
name to me now is connected to it.
Here's the thing: if they basically just go, Spectre Ops,
Yeah.
why not make it Metal Gear?
I don't
I'll be
Yes.
thrilled.
Yes.
I don't actually think.
Well, yeah,
Konami
Spectre Ops was a great game.
is
We
gonna
had
have
fun
much
playing
to
that.
do with the game.
I hope
itself.
not. I think it's just their names on it.
Because
This-
I'm pretty sure Konami is just like, oh, you need this license
Yeah.
to make the
That's
game.
what I hope. I hope they're not like, I'm gonna dip my fingers in this and make this poo poo.
Yeah.
You know.
We need to get rid
Oh, God.
of. We need to get rid of Joe's negativity. Pete wants to talk
Style.
about the game.
He's just
Yeah.
jacking Joe's
Steal
money.
it, Pete.
Steal
Cut the mic
steal
off
mic.
of him.
We don't need Joe anymore. Steal it.
Bye,
Like
Joe.
it's mine now.
It is.
Bye,
So,
Joe.
all right, so to close out this episode of the Meeple People podcast, what game do you
This
want
is
to
a
talk
big
about?
game too. You know about this game.
This is the big game that we also covered in PAX Unplugged. It was a certain game about pirates, about elder gods, about having your own ship.
I
I know what
almost
he's
forgot
talking
about this
about.
game.
We're talking about the Everrain.
The Everrain,
The
which I
Everrain.
believe we're getting a review copy of, if they told us correctly. I think.
It's
They
too late.
did,
I've already spent
but-
too much money on this.
Well, we'll have
happening
a
either way.
review and we'll have a personal copy. So
So it's a game about everybody's having their own crew of pirates. You get to command your own pirate ship, going after the elder gods because the world has flooded, and you have to figure out why and possibly stop it from continuing.
So, who left the toilet running?
I was gonna ask, do Elder Gods and rum really mix that well?
Joe.
But it's a
blame Joe.
fantastic looking game. The minis are amazing. There's a mini of like Cthulhu. They can't call it Cthulhu because copyrights,
Yeah.
but it is still
Squiddy Boy.
Squid boy.
It's
It's a
Squid
squid
Face.
boy.
So if you do like really nicely designed minis, the late pledge on the Kickstarter is still happening for about a month or so after February. You definitely should check it out.
Yep. And also you should check out the overview for the video in our PAX Unplugged play.
Yeah, I did an interview for it.
Yeah, Rob did the interview for it. It's in our playlist for PAX Unplugged. Definitely check it out.
Seriously, if you like pirates, if you like Cthulhu, if you like games that are
If you like games.
that are just ridiculous.
Do you like naval combat
Yeah.
with crazy sea
Do you
monsters
like-
while
do
drinking
you like
rum?
broadside firing on tentacle beasts?
This is the game for you.
This is
With
the game
acolytes
for you.
boarding your ship?
Sea of Thieves, but one a board game.
No.
Not
No.
quite.
No,
Damn it.
not at all.
Tried.
Well, Joe. he
Thanks
did
for
the-
watching our video,
he did the
Joe.
pirate game, so I
Yeah.
gotta give him props
So,
for that.
Yeah.
Yes, it's called the Everrain. It's by Grimlord Games. Definitely go check it out. The Kickstarter, the late pledge is still happening. Get it.
And I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the Meeple People podcast.
Can I just say one more thing about Konami now, Joe?
No,
No.
you cannot.
No, we gotta go beat each other up in SRG.
Yeah, we're going to go
And
play a bunch of
wrestle
games of
for
Super
real,
Show.
for
Maybe
for real.
we're also going to open up some Light Seekers and have a good time. Thanks for checking us out. And until next time, we will see you later. Well, you'll listen to us later, I should say.
Yeah.
Or
Don't
see,
forget
watch
to
our
send Joe
videos.
some ice cream.
You're saying like we don't exist.
No,
Like, they're gonna see us eventually.
they might.
We
One
put up
day.
videos almost regularly.
No, we don't.
You're right.
Okay.
Now nobody's gonna.
Anywho,
With that, guys.
that is the end of our podcast.
That is the end of this episode. thanks, I guess.
Bye.
Later.
Thanks, except for Konami.
Thanks.
Bye.
Like, share, subscribe. All that
Like,
fun
share,
stuff.
subscribe, hit the bell, suplex your cousin into a fridge.
Yes.
Maybe
I
not
love
that.
refrigerators.